In this video, we're going to take a look at the different connectors on the SensArray family of products and take a particular look at the differences between SensArray Enterprise and SensArray Pro.
Okay, so let's talk through the SensArray Enterprise product. The first thing to point out is we do have an LED here. The LED gives us a little bit of status. So, for example, while the device is booting, it flashes red. Once the device is fully booted and operational, this flashes green. We also have this under software control, and one of the things we do use for this is a nice mechanism for identifying a particular reader, particularly in a room where you may have several devices hooked up, and we want to locate a particular device. There's a nice visual indicator, so we can make this flash red and green to identify this particular device versus other devices around it. That's a nice little feature. The most differentiated feature perhaps of this product is the fact we have, in this case, 4 Ethernet ports, and this is pretty unique to our product here. Hidden inside here, there's effectively a network switch, a data switch, so we can switch data in and out from any of these 4 ports. We can connect any devices to transfer data around, and we don't need an external network switch because there's one built into the reader. The other thing that these ports do is they provide power in and out. Again, very unique for the SensArray products. The important thing to recognize here is there is actually a difference between the 4 ports here from a power perspective. So PoE 0 actually takes power in, and the subsequent ports here, PoE plus 1, 2 and 3, provide power out. So the first one provides power to the reader you see here, and that power could be coming from a PoE injector. It could be coming from another reader, another one of our readers, or it could be coming from a network switch or something else. The other ports could be connected to additional readers, could be connected to additional PoE devices like PoE cameras, or any other PoE device, and we will supply power to it so that it can be powered from this reader. Again, quite unique. The next set of ports you see here is our Gpio, and we have basically a 12-pin Gpio here with pin 1 on the left up to pin 12, and we have a kind of a release mechanism that you can kind of push into up top. And then we have the 3 SMA ports. These are reverse SMA connectors. The FCC kind of demands you have a unique connector on these devices, so we use reverse SMA. And this basically is a 4-port reader, so we have one internal port, one internal antenna, and then port 1, 2 and 3 external, so you can connect up to 4 external, up to 4 antenna.
At this point, I do want to point out a couple of differences about the SensArray Pro, which you see here, versus the SensArray Enterprise. The most obvious of which is we have 3 power over Ethernet ports here. These are class 4 PoEs, so capable of carrying 30 watts versus the 90 watts on the Enterprise product. And you can also see we have a DC input, so we can actually supply DC power into the SensArray Pro, and we don't need to do that on the SensArray Enterprise because we have the 90 watts input. To use the Gpio is very simple. You just need to push the wire into the appropriate pin receptacle, and it holds pretty tight, as you can see. To remove the wire, simply push a very thin item like a thin screwdriver or thin tweezers into the slot above the cable, and the cable just pulls out like that.